You always want to win, but when you win like you did today, where you have to come from behind and you're kind of scrambling, is it more rewarding at all?
Yeah, because I'd say like kind of mid to late front nine, it wasn't looking good for me, but I'd say towards the end of the back nine, Max and I both kind of made a mess of a couple holes, so it kind of kept me in it. And then on the kind of 11, 12, there was some momentum there where I made a putt to avoid going 3 down on 11, and then 12, I hit in the water off my second shot, got up and down when he didn't get up and down for birdie. So in that sort of span of like 30 minutes, I felt like even though I hadn't won a hole, I had kind of picked up some momentum, and then I won 13, 14, and 15, and 16. And just from there, it was just a nice little roll where I got on, and I feel like a match play, more than stroke play probably, like the momentum really can shift a match. And I felt like I kind of got some there towards the early back nine and just kind of rode it.
There's been a number of comebacks, I guess, on the back nine today. I'm going to guess 6, 7, or 8. What is it? Why does that happen? Do you think?
It's so tricky, this place, with the wind. I mean, because there are gusts that blow 25, and then it could lay down and blow 10. But if you're over the ball thinking it's going to be 10, and then it's 25, like it creates indecision. The course is already fairly small to begin with. It's a small ballpark, and you feel like off the tee sometimes it doesn't give you a ton of room. So then you get the wind blowing, and it creates some havoc. So I think the back nine, 15, from 160 yards, you're trying to, all out nuke a 7-iron, and there's some guesswork, and it's just tough. So it's hard to, I think, hold a lead down the stretch. If you start to lose a few shots, it can kind of get away from you a little bit.
Well, it's not exactly easier on the guy trying to make up ground, though, either, is it?
No, but I kind of got it in my head earlier in that back nine that I thought that, a lot of pars and the occasional birdie were going to be kind of good enough. I just thought the way the course was playing, it was hard to make even those 5 and 6 foot putts because the greens are so exposed and you got crosswinds. And so I just thought, if I can just kind of plod away and be kind of steady coming down the stretch, I'll probably be all right.
How long was the putt on 11?
Probably about 7 feet. So it was pretty meaty.
2 meters?
What's that?
2 meters?
2 meters. A little less than, yeah. Yeah, maybe 2 meters. I don't even know. Why you got to do that to me?
To sort of flip the question I asked you from the start, when you get off to a slow start, is it hard to sort of climb your way out of that mentally? Where if you get behind 2, 3, 4 holes, is that harder than maybe if this was a stroke play event?
Yeah, I think knowing that this format, anything can really happen. I think that it kind of lends itself to you thinking, all right, like let's just hang in there, and if I can just keep putting some pressure on them, you never know when someone's going to make a mistake and just potentially give you a hole and let you back in it. And so I think it's easier in a way to stay patient just because, you only need, you're not trying to catch, say, 10 guys. Like if you're in 10th place and you need to get to first, you need to get past all those guys, right? Or is it, match play, if one guy just happens to lose his swing for 3, 4 holes, you just never know when that's going to come, and you just got to be ready to take advantage of that. So my caddy did a great job today of reminding me kind of through the end of the front nine. I was getting a bit frustrated with myself. I had bogeyed 7 and 8, but so did Max. So it kind of felt like a point in the match where things may have gotten away from me. But the caddy did a great job of keeping me in it, and then again, these things are so hard. Every match is so hard because every time you play a guy, it's a world-class player, and Max is been playing great for the last few years, and he's an awesome player. So I just knew I was going to have my hands full the whole way in, and just fortunate to get the win.
I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. When you're down and you're on the back nine, is there any part of you that's thinking about how much tomorrow would suck if you don't have a chance to advance?
Oh yeah, I thought about that before the back nine. I think I was on like 8 or 9, just thinking, things weren't really going my way, and I just thought, man, I'd love to just play tomorrow with some sort of hope. I still don't. Dustin controls his fate, but if Max beats him, I don't even know how that works. Would there be a three-way playoff? So that would be interesting, and I'm very hopeful for that scenario to happen. So I would obviously love a chance to advance, and so now I have a chance, barring a Dustin loss. So yeah, something to play for tomorrow.
I'm just glad you think like the rest of us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very human.
Being here in Austin and seeing quite a few guys hole some putts from off the green, big putts. When do you decide to use a Texas wedge? What goes into your calculus of how you choose whether you're going to chip or putt something like that?
I think like around the greens here, you can get some really fast ones that, greens running away and you got wind behind you. So I feel like sometimes rather than take that, chance of like if you don't quite catch a chip perfect, you might get a chip running away from you way too fast. And so sometimes you just want to like, get one rolling on the green with a little bit of pace. Greens are really fast right now. So I think that kind of plays into it is like what's the wind doing, and not only that, but when the wind's blowing as hard as it is, like if you're chipping into the wind, those chips now spin and check that much more. So you're just, I think whenever you can keep it simple, like when it's this windy and blustery, it's just like if you keep the ball on the ground, chances are your bad shots are going to be a little bit better than your bad shots with a chip. So that's kind of how I look at it.
Sure. And do you have any throughout your career, either yours or someone you're playing with, that you've seen that really stick out in your memory?
As far as what?
Just like a long putt from off the green or something special dropping for you?
I don't know. It's Todd Hamilton at the British. Remember he I think that might have been a hybrid, but he was like 40 yards short of the green at where was that? Troon in 04. I can remember that one. He was like hitting his hybrid all week, and he was like way short of the green and just kind of bumping up there to like this. And I've made a few of my own, but that one stands out, I guess.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.